Underneath the bridge, the topper sprung a leak, and the animals I've trapped have all become my pets, and I'm living off of grass and the drippings from the ceiling. It's okay to eat fish, 'cause they don't have any feelings. Something in the way. Something in the way. Yeah. So the movie starts off with a binocular perspective, looking into a window of a random red ninja killing a family. Oh wait, but it just turns out to be a kid playing with his parents. Smart scene. The kid and his mother go trick or treating. The father then turns on the TV and sees the new candidate for mayor talking trash about him because he's the current mayor. Well, at least until he actually gets killed by the Riddler, who then wraps him up and riddles the room and then leaves. And then we cut to the bat signal activation to introduce the Batman scene. Excuse my bat voice. Dear Diary, I've been the Batman for nearly 2 years. I sleep during the day, fight crime at night, watch rom-coms in the evening. Gotham won't stay clean, and I won't stop cleaning it because I'm Batman. I made friends with Jim Gordon. He's the assistant commissioner. He's a good cop and a great guy. He set up the bat signal for me. He's my bestie. They all fear the bat signal. They think I'm hiding in the shadows. But I am the shadows. Then we cut to a group of cosplaying guys trying to beat up a random passenger. Then another cosplaying guy emerges from the dark and beats the Halloween out of them. Then the guy he saved goes, "Please don't hurt me." Dude, if he wanted to hurt you, he would have just been standing by and cheering when the cosplay dudes were beating you up. Then Batman sees the bat signal and leaves the ungrateful guy there and goes to holler at Jim Gordon. Jim takes Batman to the crime scene of where the mayor was killed, and all the other cops are like, "Hey Jim, what you trying to do, dog? He's a vigilante." But Jim's like, "No, shut up. He's my boy. Mind your business." So then they analyze the crime scene and find random slogans spray painted on the walls and a greeting card with a riddle. What does a liar do when he's dead?
He lies still.
I've got to tell you guys, the Riddler is the funniest guy ever, and you'll know why. And they also find a cipher with it, which Batman takes a mental picture of and then stares at the mayor's son because, similar childhood trauma, and then heads back to the Batcave. So he comes back to the Batcave and takes off his all-seeing contact lens, like the one in Mission Impossible. I was thinking of that when I saw this. Anyways, so Bruce Wayne watches his recordings or whatever he did last night, which is why he was staring at everything so creepily. Hence, he prints out the cipher. That's when Alfred comes down and is like, "How was your day, boy?"
It was okay, I guess.
"Okay, go wash your face and come have breakfast." "No, I have to solve the cipher first." "I'll help you solve it later. Come have breakfast now."
No, you're not my father.
"I'll have to ground you if you don't have come breakfast now."
Okay, fine.
Then they have breakfast while Alfred tries to solve the cipher in a British way, but then Bruce suggests a pattern decipher and they get the word drive.
It's about drive, it's about power. We stay hungry, we devour.
Batman hollers at Jim Gordon to check the mayor's car collection because, drive. So Batman asks that they should check a specific car. I think it's a bit far-fetching to come check a car. Drive could mean anything.
Hey, Jim, thumb drive.
They find a USB drive with the mayor's severed thumb attached to it. This Riddler guy is just the funniest. So they check the drive and it's encrypted, but it needs a thumbprint to unlock. Oh, so upon opening the drive, some pictures of the mayor and some Lindsay Lohan looking girl being together gets posted everywhere automatically. They also see the penguin in the pictures and see them walking out of the iceberg lounge. It's something like a villain's pub where you can't get in without having committed a crime. So Batman decides to barge in and beat everyone there until the penguin comes and asks him about the girl, but he doesn't know anything. It's important for the penguins to hatch their eggs at the right temperature, because like in the movie, Popper's Penguins.
I will send you to Jesus. Tell me who she is.
I have no idea. In the midst of this, Selena Kyle comes into the room to serve some drinks, and Batman notices her boots for some reason. Then after chatting with the penguin about hatching eggs for a while, he notices that the boots in the picture matched Selena's boots, so he follows her to her apartment and spies on her and finds out that the Lindsay Lohan looking girl is there with her in the apartment, crying and scared because her pic is all over the internet. Selena then changes into a cat suit and jumps out the window, and Bruce is like, "Ah yes, a person of culture." So the cat woman breaks into the mayor's house to steal her friend's passport so that she can leave the country because someone is trying to kill her for yet to be uncovered reasons. She breaks into the safe and Batman pops up behind her and goes,
Meow.
They have a cute little fight, and Batman grabs the passport and finds out that her friend is a Ruski called Arnika. So the Bat and the cat decide to make a truce, and Batman says he wants to talk to her in her apartment. So Selina takes him to the apartment, but she's been kidnapped by the villain pup guys. Then they find out that the Riddler had also kidnapped and killed the commissioner. Selina says that she has also seen the commissioner in the villain's pub. So Batman suggests to her a covert operation involving the all-seeing contact lens to spy on the folks at Villain Pub. She agrees to it as she can also find her friend there. Meanwhile, Jim calls Batman to come check out the commissioner's body to find clues. They find another cipher in the torture box he used to kill him, and the second clue the Riddler left for him with the commissioner's body. Follow the maze until you find the rat. Bring him into the light and you'll find where I'm at. What that mean?
I got no idea.
Then Batman teams up with Selina and gives her the all-seeing contact lens and sends her into the villain pub. Then she goes down into the super villain pub where the more expensive criminals come to have a drink, but most of them are just cops and government officials. She goes about exploring a while, and B-Man identifies a guy who is the district attorney of Gotham and asks Selina to go have a chat with him. So she goes and sits with his drop buddies. They're all the DA's office workers, and he's just ranting to Selina like, "Life's so hard. Batman Riddler just making our lives so hard." Then one guy beside him is like, "Yeah, I know, right? Don't even get me started on the red guy." Shh, shut. Oh, it's nothing. Then B-Man's like,
Ask him about the rat.
and Selina goes like, "What the rat doing?" So basically the rat is an informant who has some secret info about Salvatore Maroni. So if the rat guy spills the secrets, all will go downhill apparently. Then suddenly the woman beside him goes,
Hey, did you hear about some Ruski girl that got kidnapped?
and Selina goes, "Huh, what girl?" Then the woman panics and walks away, and Selina goes after her, but B-Man is like,
Hey, wait, stay on the DA.
"I don't give a goldfish about your DA." She knows Annika. She grabs her and starts asking about Annika, and she goes,
Damn, girl, calm down. You're trying to get us both killed or something?
They both get interrupted by the Penguin and Carmine Falcone, who is currently the most important Batman villain. Selena panics as he's like, "Hey girl, how you been? Long time no see." She then heads out, and B-Man is like,
How do you know him? What's your relationship with him? Get back to the DA.
Selena has had enough of his bullying and takes off the all-seeing contact lens.
Hey, come on. I'm sorry, please. No.
She then comes up from the villain pub and waits for a cab, but the DA follows her and is like, "Let me give you a ride, please? Please? No? Okay, fine." Well, you might think that was rude of her, but it was possibly the luckiest move of all time because Riddler had been waiting in the car and kidnaps the DA. You just got riddled. So back in the Batcave, Bruce Wayne is getting ready to go out. "Where are you headed?" "I'm going to the mayor's funeral/memorial. The Riddler might go there because serial killers do that." "Okay, have fun. Also, here's the cipher decoding." So Bruce heads over to the place, and everyone he sees there just looks like they could be the Riddler. And he also sees the mayor's son there. They all start hearing a car revving towards them, and a car actually does speed towards them. So Bruce saves the kid from the car, and the police surround the car, and turns out to be the DA who was driving the car. He was sent there by the Riddler to be a human bomb. So the police evacuate the building, and Bruce bails to get changed to the Batcave and come back. The Batman walks towards the DA, and the cops are like, "Hey Gordon, what is he doing?" Gordon's like, The DA is like, "He made me do it. I'm so sorry." The cliche taken into hostage, so please save me dialogue. The Batman tells him it's a combination log and checks out the Riddler clue numero tres. This just literally says answer the phone, and the phone tape to the DA's hand starts ringing, so the Riddler comes up on video call. It says that the DA has to answer 3 riddles correctly if you don't want to pop. It's riddle time. You have 60 seconds to answer 3 riddles correctly. Number 1. Which is the best Marvel movie?
Thor the Dark World.
Thor the Dark World. Good job. Number 2. Which is the worst DC movie of all time?
Justice League.
Justice League. Correct again. You are on a fire streak. Last riddle. Name the rat and you can leave with the bat. No, I can't tell you that. They'll kill my family.
Tell him who the rat is.
But the DA panics and blows up, and Batman dies in the explosion. Just kidding. He gets unconscious and finds himself waking up in the police prison surrounded by cops. Take off his mask. Is he wearing mascara? I'm gonna take off his pants. Then Batman opens his eyes and gets very defensive. Then Gordon goes like, "Everybody calm down right now. No fighting. No fighting. No fighting." Then he shows everyone out of the room and goes up to Batman. "Hey bro, I've got an escape plan for you. You're going to punch me in the face, and there's a window on the 2nd floor. Just jump and fly away. You can fly, right?"
Yeah, of course. Great plan, by the way.
So he fake punches Gordon and runs towards the hallway, gripples to the 2nd floor and reaches the window but hesitates before the jump. "What you waiting for, boy? Jump!" So it turns out that his cape has no function. He's a flightless Batman.
Failure! I can smell the failure! Failure! This is called failure!
But wait, it turns out the cape actually holds a perfectly folded wingsuit, which magically comes on, and he jumps off the ledge, gliding away and crash lands nearby. So then Gordon meets Batman at the Bat Signal place.
I don't trust any of you cop buddies. I even saw one of the guys at the villain pub.
Me neither. I only trust you. Also, I think the Penguin is the rat.
Yes, possible. El Rata Alara. Translating to the rat with wings. which could be a penguin.
So they drive over to the Penguin's fish freezer or someplace and find Catwoman stealing their drug sales cash and also find Arnica dead. They all start firing, so the cat flees the scene, but the Bat starts its Bat Mustang and starts chasing the Penguin for a while and then flips his car. Gordon and Batman interrogate him until he goes, "Hey bros, it's not Leviosa, it's Leviosa. I mean, it's not El Rata Alada, it's La Rata Alada."
But in the sci-fi it said URL Rata Lara. Oh, URL.
Huh? So Batman serves the Bat computer using Ratata as an URL and they reach the Riddler's DMs. Oh, then they text the Riddler for a while until he leaves the final riddle. "I got no parents, but a really large inheritance. Who am I?" So using that clue, they figure out that it leads to an orphanage that was abandoned by the Renewal Project by Bruce's father, Thomas Wayne, and that a nosy reporter working for Salvatore was threatening to release evidence of Martha Wayne's childhood under psychiatric care. So Thomas went to Carmine Falcone and had the reporter killed, and Riddler, being a poor orphan and Bruce at the time being a rich orphan, grew up to be a serial killer wanting to kill Bruce Wayne. Plus he also knows he is Batman somehow. So Bruce figures out Alfred is in danger. Bruce, under the cowl, is shooketh by all of this and just abandons Gordon there and rushes over to the Wayne mansion, where Alfred finds the riddle mail and throws it before it causes a fatal blow because he's a smart bloke and escapes with not so dangerous injuries. So Bruce gets Alfred in the hospital and heads over to Falcone and asks him about the stuff, and he goes like, "Yeah, I did. Thomas was my boy." So he comes back to Alfred and is like, "My father was a bad person." Then Alfred goes, "The reporter was going to bully your mom. I would have killed him myself." Plus, your father didn't know he was going to kill him and regretted it very much. Don't be such a wuss about it. Your father's a great man. He then is summoned by the bat signal, and it turns out Catwoman had caught one of the guys who killed a friend, and it turns out it was Carmine Falcone and his men. And also, Catwoman is actually the daughter of Falcone, and she hates him because he's a crappy father and a crappy man. So they have another discussion and conclude that Falcone is the rat. Don't ask me how. They've just been assuming since the start of the whole movie. So Catwoman rushes to shoot him in the face, but Batman strategizes an intervention, arrests and bring him up to the light, and he gets shot, yes, by the Riddler. Turns out he was hanging out by the villain pub the whole time, and he was about to sip some good-looking cappuccino at a nearby dinner, but gets arrested. So it's time for the Bat interrogation. So it just turns out that the Riddler hates Bruce Wayne for being a rich orphan and hates corrupt people because they shut down his orphanage. Pretty valid reasons, except the first one. And also he knows that Batman is Bruce Wayne, so he kind of teases him that he will tell, but he doesn't. That's very stupid of you, man. Then the Batman tries to cover it up, and like they both have a yell at each other like,
You're crazy.
"No, you.
Your riddles are so stupid.
No, they're the best. They're like an exam paper, and you'll never be able to solve the back page."
I already did. Wait, did you say back page? What back page?
Hold up, you didn't solve the last riddle for real? Batman then panics.
What have you done? Tell me what, boy.
So then he heads over to his apartment and finds the murder weapon, and the cop there is like, it's a tool used to remove carpets, and they are standing on top of carpets. So upon removing the carpet, they find a map of Gotham with marked locations and a password for the last stream. So in his last stream, the Riddler is like, "Hey guys, it's your boy Riddler. I want to thank all of you for the 500 follows, and this might be my last video until I escape prison. So I'm going to blow up some places on the map to flood the city, and you guys are going to dress up like me and go kill the new mayor. And the first guy to kill the mayor gets a Riddler trophy. See you guys in another video. Tally ho!" So the explosions go off and the city starts flooding, and the new mayor is advised not to go out of stage, or she might most likely get shot, but she does it anyway and gets shot. Then the Riddler followers on top continue firing to kill her, but the Batman makes an entrance.
The movie's not over yet.
So he fights them with no mercy but gets shot and nearly falls off the edge but gets saved by the cat. They have a little romance. Then the last Riddler guy attacks Selina, but Batman won't allow this and takes the mutant serum from Logan and goes berserker mode on that guy. When Gordon goes, "Hey yo bro, calm down." He then comes down and jumps over to the hanging electric cable and cuts it before it touches the water and kills the people in the water and dies. Just kidding, he doesn't die and completes the search and rescue. Meanwhile, in the asylum, come on, kid. This isn't the last movie. We're a good franchise. We have at least another movie. We'll get him someday. Don't cry.
Dear diary, I saved the day again, like always. The city's messed up, but it's safe for now. Selina left to Bloodhaven. She called me, but my love, my life is the sea. I've got bigger supervillains to fight here, and I'll always be around, fighting crime, hanging out with Gordon, because I'm Batman. It's a great movie, by the way. Great director.
And the drippings from the ceiling. It's okay to eat fish, 'cause they don't have any feelings. Something